בשידור, אני גם חשבתי על זה, יכול שזה מה שהיה צריך להיות, אבל זה לא מה שקורה.
בכדורגל זה... לא. מי שעמד על הקו.
38 דקות וחצי.
שבאמת ראשי מוכן, והוא לא נמצא במגרש.
פועל בארץ?
לא, משהו לא מסתדר. מה, משנה אם זה דקה רביעית או דקה...
לא, לא, לא. משנה אם זה מורחק. זאת אומרת, שהוא מורחק. גם משחקה מכאן, עכשיו אני חושב, 3 משחקים מצאו בשעה. לא, ובן בנימין עוזר מאמן. תמיד היה מצליח. למה לא עמד על כך?
הוא לא עמד בכלל.
אבל הוא היה למעלה
זה ברור, זה כבר הגיוני. אבל אני שואל, כאילו, אם הוא מורחק דקה, עומד מורחק דקה ראשונה.
הוא יכול.
ראשונה. אבל הוא לא נהנה את המשחק. אני שואל.
חצי הראשון.
כן.
הוא נתן לוונדה. כל החצי של משחק. אני לא חושב שלא.
גם תומר לא סופר.
הוא הוציא אותו ולא החזיר אותו.
יש לך חלוקה איפה, 24, 23, 18, 15, 16, 31 דקות. וגם הוא לא אחד שבו הוא נסים זרים.
נוח זה פחות.
נתניה, 6 דקות. אבל גם יצא להם זה אחרי.
נתניה טובים מאוד.
לא תראה. מינימום. לא, שאתה רואה את אחת. היא גם תקרא בעצמה כבר.
כן, זה ברור. זה ברור.
ואז מה? קראת אתה ולגמול בלילנד.
יש עוד בין. גליל
אני חושב שכאילו... אין שם שום
תראו את הלו"ז שלך, שלו"ז נורא.
עפולה.
עפולה הייתה טובה. עד סיפור ג'קובי. עד סיפור ג'קובי.
אבל אז זה שני משחקים שבאים הגיע, היה טוב חודש, אז כל הסיפורים נתחיל. רוצה להיות שם?
אני לא ברע.
נראה לי סך הכל לא סובל. סובל את הארץ.
אני רוצה לשאול אתכם שאלה.
יאללה.
אני פשוט מאמן, צעיר, חסר ניסיון עדיין, שעוד לא מבין. אבל אתה יודע, טיימאוט, 47 שניות לסוף בפלוס 9, זה כי נתניה מאוד טובים או כי זה תרגיל לוולנסיה?
יאללה, נתניה.
אין לכם תשובות? טוב, סבבה.
זה נשאל אותו
שואל, אני לא מבין, אני צעיר וחסר ניסיון, אני שואל, ב-47 שנות 9 זה נתניה, מה אתם חושבים אני שואל? כי נתניה מאוד טובים והוא פחד.
אני חושב ש9 הפרש 4 זה לא גמור.
תשובה טובה, אז נתניה זה ריספקט לנתניה.
בכל משחק, 47 שניות.
אתה ראית המון משחקים, אתה היסטוריון.
כן.
תגיד לי כמה, 40 שניות, 42 שניות לסוף 9 הבדל?
תראה, הקאמבק של רמת גן נגד הפועל תל אביב ברבע גמר גביע ווינר, כמה זמן זה היה? אני לא זוכר מדויק. אבל היה משהו די דומה.
אז ריספקט.
אולי דקה, לא זוכר מדויק, אבל קאמבק מדהים. אז דברים קורים.
ריספקט. שזה קרה במשחק מספר 3 בין אילת למכבי תל אביב ב8 הפרש. לא משנה.
יאללה, חבר'ה, בואו נתחיל שאלות. עידן, סיכום המשחק שלך?
מה?
סיכום המשחק.
אנחנו מופיעים במנור הפעם. כן, אנחנו מופיעים במנור הפעם שנייה בחודש האחרון. ההפסד היחיד שלנו מה5 משחקים האחרונים היה למכבי תל אביב פה. התוצאה הייתה דומה, הובלנו 48-40 במחצית, היום אני חושב שהובלנו 48-45. אנחנו הרבה יותר טובים, אנחנו משתפרים בכדורסל, אני מקווה שאנחנו נצליח לחזק את הקבוצה גם בזר חמישי, שייתן לנו בעצם את האפשרות של מה שקרה היום, שנשארנו עם 3 זרים. אני די בטוח שאם קרלוס מרשל לא יוצא ברבע השלישי אנחנו מנצחים היום, ואני אמרתי מקודם ברעיון שאנחנו מכוונים להיות קבוצת פלייאוף, אני מקווה שנהיה שם, אם אנחנו נהיה שם אני מרגיש שאנחנו נפגוש את הפועל, וכנראה את המשחק הראשון פה אנחנו ננצח.
אי אפשר לא להתייחס, כי כשמאמן מורחק אז שואלים, הרגשת שהשיפוט הכריע איכשהו היום בצורה כזאת או אחרת?
לא.
בכלל לא?
הרגשתי שהשיפוט...
אז מה היו העצבים שלך, שקיבלת 2 עבירות טכניות?
העצבים היו ברבע הראשון על השחקנים שלי, רציתי להעביר מסר, היינו בדאון 8, אנחנו יותר טובים ממה שאנחנו, והרגשתי שאני צריך להעביר גם מסר לשחקנים שלי שאנחנו פה, ואנחנו רוצים לשחק את המשחק הזה כדי לנצח אותו. את הטכנית קיבלתי שצעקתי end one, אבל אני חושב שזה היה איזשהו ריאקשן על כמה תגובות שלי. בסוף, אני חושב שיצאנו מהטיימאוט הזה ב-42 שניות, שרקו לי פאול, הגבתי, אין לי בעיה עם השופטים היום, מכבד אותם, מכבדים אותי בחזרה, ממשיכים קדימה.
תואר מאמן העונה די פתוח, בינתיים אפשר להגיד. האם זה משהו שאתה חולם לזכות בו?
לא מעניין אותי. אנחנו קבוצה, אנחנו עושים תהליכים בשנה השביעית, יש לנו שפה, יש לנו דרך בליגה שנייה, היום בליגה ראשונה. אנחנו עושים כדורסל, אנחנו עושים כדורסל שהוא שונה מכל מה שיש פה. יש לנו שפה ויש לנו דרך, ואנחנו נמשיך לעשות מה שאנחנו עושים בדרך שלנו. טייטלים אישיים ממש לא מעניינים אותי, אני רוצה להמשיך לעשות מה שאני עושה עם החבורה הזו, עם המועדון הזה, ולהמשיך להיות נתניה.
It's a good game. It's an intense game. I mean, obviously, we wanted a different result. I thought that we played good enough to come out with the victory. Obviously, we lost Carlos Marshall in the third quarter, which is a very big piece of our team. But, you know, we made some mistakes down the stretch, and, you know, a team like that, they punished us. But, you know, me personally, I'm proud of these guys. Obviously, you know, we don't need no praise. We don't need any hand claps, but I know how hard these guys work, you know, from Kyle Edwards, Carlos Marshall, Eric Romero, Roy Perisky, Ty Moskowitz, everybody. We work so hard, and, you know, I think it's starting to pay off. And I'm just personally, I'm proud of the guys, honestly. So, you know, again, I need to play better to protect these guys at the end of the day. But you know, I'm happy. Obviously, we want to win, but I'm happy.
Bryce, we saw your coaches.
Bryce, we saw your coaches a bit upset. You feel there was a bit of disrespect from Hapoel Tel Aviv towards you, or it's just from the game?
Disrespect is a big word. You know, obviously, I don't really, you know, buy into the media too much and stuff like that. I'm a straightforward guy. And, you know, everything that's going around, I really don't know. Obviously, that club has a lot of respect. Big team, put a lot of money into their players, and they have good players, great coach, great players, great fan base. But, you know, I do think that it's time for the time to get some respect also. And, you know, what he done, you know, he's going to protect us. At the end of the day, he's always going to protect us. And I'm next up in line. I'm always protect my guys, you know, from 6 years ago. I'm always protect my guys. So I just think it's time that people put some respect on the Tanya name.
Bryce, how much did you enjoy the trash talk, having such a good game like this?
I love it. Everybody knows I'm not a trash talking guy. You know, I'm pretty quiet on the court, but once you start with me, it's a different animal. You awaken a monster, and you know, but it's fun. You know, I know most of those guys over there. It's very fun, and you know, like I said, when the fans get into it, man, it's you always want to play games like this, and I really enjoy it. I told the guys this whole week and said, yeah, this might be the funnest game this whole year. Trust me. And, you know, I think that the fans enjoyed it. Obviously, we put on a great show. But, again, you know, we still have to work hard to try to get the victory. And I think that we took the right step as growing up as kids to young men. So I'm very proud.
How is it like playing with a talented guy like Kyler Edwards?
Man, it's fun. The guy can score with the best of them. You know, I've been around just my 7 years of pro now, and I don't think I've seen a guy that can score the ball like this. And it's effortless. You know, he's strong, he's fast, he's athletic. And, you know, we're lucky to have a guy like him. And I told him, I said, hey, man, just don't forget about me once you go to, you know, the Euro Cup and Euro League. And, you know, I love guys like him. But it's just not him. It's everybody. It's Carlos Marshall, Roy, Itai, Eric. You know, we're going to continue to work hard. You know, a lot of people see me as a leader, which is true. I want that responsibility on my shoulders. But I'm going to push those guys mentally more than physically, because those guys' talent is second to none. But mentally, we're going to get better. And, you know, that's my job, especially as a leader on this team and stuff, you know. Thank you.
Congrats on your performance.
Thank you, man. It was all right. We lost, though. Good point, we lost, so doesn't matter.
First dish?
Yes, please.
Mr. Shower?
Which side you want, quick?
Sit in the middle. You got the honor to talk first.
Good evening, everyone. We will start with the issue statement and questions.
You want the stats to see it? Or you want the stats?
So, Ish, first of all, sum up the game, please.
They came out and punched us in the mouth at first, and you know, like Coach says, we have to battle back. We have to face adversity, and pick it up the second half. Plain and simple.
Questions?
Hey, congrats on the win. What made this game so difficult for you guys, especially in the first half?
Just the lack of concentration with us. We got to take care of the ball, rebound, and play defense. I mean, defense comes first, defense, and then offense comes with it after that. So that's just what we got to do.
Ish, congrats for the win and also for the qualify to semi-final of the Euro Cup. How was it for you to play all of the second half?
Honestly, I didn't know, but I wasn't in foul trouble. So, I mean, I'm tired of getting yelled at for fouling. So, you got to play smart. And like Coach said, if you play hard, you stay in. So, got to play hard.
Ish, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
In the stat sheet, you can see 8 recoveries, 3 deflections, something like that. It's huge numbers. How does it feel to get those type of stats? It's maybe not like points or rebounds, assists, but those stats are the most amazing.
I mean, I'm just having fun and just playing smart, smart, and then also learning from my mistakes the previous games, and just doing what I have to do.
More questions? Thank you very much, Ish.
I see.
שים את המאמן באמצע?
אם אפשר.
Coach, can we move here, please?
Sorry?
Can we move here? In the middle, please?
This is wet, that's why.
Okay.
I'll move. Is that okay?
Coach, your summary, please?
Yeah, good evening to everybody. I would like to congratulate the team, obviously, with a win. We witnessed, let's say, two different faces of our team. Even though we opened the game pretty good, we lack concentration on the defensive end. We have gave a lot of easy things, especially in transition, to them, to score in transition, to score from hustle points, and to score 48 points in the first half. Defensively, today we were not there where we want to be, and where we were actually in the last games, working a lot on that fact. You know, we have kept many teams below their averages. Among them is also Turk Telekom or Maccabi, or, you know, all the teams we have played so far. After this circle of three, again, Israeli games we have had, and also the quarterfinal in Eurocup. And today it was only a matter of finding the right 5 players to bring results on the defensive end, and at the same time to create well and to score. I think that on the third quarter we show up, and actually on both quarters we managed to keep them below 20 points. 51-37 it says the second half, and it could be less for us, but we play against a very competitive team. Netanya, before that game, they were coming over here with 4 wins out of 5 last games. They lost only from Maccabi here, but they were very competitive. 61-60 was the game 3 minutes before the end of the third quarter. They have lost 20 at the end, but they were very competitive. We knew that we were going to face a very competitive opponent, and that camps were in different standards. When you have a team that prepares for a week, rest the players, prepare for one game, and we have a circle of games due to the fact that we have also other obligations, is a completely different story. Plus, we need to consider this. We need to put back players due to the injuries they had, like such as the case of Bruno Kabolko. And you see, I have a sympathy, as I said to him, like, coming from the injury will not be, the players are not robots. You cannot like click you cannot switch the bottom and says, okay, now he's going to be the Bruno Kabolko we used to, or Motley, or whoever it is. Or so he needs to get into the process of practicing and then playing games. Of course, not to hurt the team. But again, coming to the fact that I'm talking lately about the limitations we have, all the teams obviously, but the fact that other teams that we compete in Europe, they can use more foreigners, it's a minus for us, for all the teams, especially for us, Maccabi and Jerusalem, that we want to have also other targets. We're limited to use a different rotation into the local leagues, and then that hurts in the rotation. That doesn't mean I'm not going to play the local players. I play the players as players, not because of contracts or the color of the skin or what they say in their passport. I can play with 5 Israelis in the Eurocup. Same. If at that moment those are the 5 that they bring results, those are the 5 that they're going to play. And as I said, at this we need to add the third thing, that Yamadar and Marcus Foster, they're out due to the injuries, and Yam is in and out. It hurt us a lot in order to find the right chemistry, because this is now where the team needs to find the chemistry. So unfortunately, this is not on our on our side, but we're going to fight through. Thank you for the fans that they came over here. They always create a great atmosphere. You see how nice is the acoustic, how nice they create a great atmosphere. Is, you know, they celebrate the game as well. So we expect them in bigger numbers on Wednesday, and even so on the next games to follow. Because having them 700 of them in Bulgaria was amazing. You know, they really pushed the team. So thank you for that.
Hey, Coach, congrats on the win, first
Thank
of
you.
all. My first question, I think I've been here every press conference since you've come, and the first sentence you always say is, "We came serious," and I don't think you said that right now.
Sorry?
The first sentence you always say in your press conference is, "We were serious today."
Yeah,
And you didn't say that today.
Not always, because we have had games like also with Beersheva over here that we were not serious. So I did not mention that against Beersheva as well. So today, as I said, we lacked concentration on the defensive end. Even though we prepare the game like this, you know, the player subconsciously has a different approach. Regardless of how you prepare somebody, you need to find the right chemistry and the right players that really want to give it all at that certain point. So when they have a preparation of 3 games now and they know that the semifinal is coming, even though we haven't mentioned Valencia, still they are thinking ahead. On our side is to keep them composed, to keep them focused on what matters, and matters now Netanya, and next is now Gilboa. That's why we're going to bring them tomorrow. There is no day off. We're going to watch the film. Film never lies. It helps us on the halftime that we watch a lot, the live scout. We watch ourselves for the first half, and we said that this cannot happen. The 48 points, obviously we have a respect to Netanya and every opponent, but we have gave to them a lot. Something that we did not on the second half.
And I have 2 more questions, unless anyone else wants to in between. We promised Netanya's coach we'd ask you a question from him.
Question from
Netanya's coach. He was irritated about the timeout, 47 seconds left, and he asked why you took the timeout.
I cannot. Is there any appeal for that? Maybe you can give him a appeal. I don't know if you said irritated. I talk with the coach now.
He told us that.
But he asked you to ask me a question. Super.
And
great.
My third question, I know you don't.
I do have a respect for each and every one that is doing this job. I'm 30 years in this job, so I know how it is to be a coach. In many categories, there is nothing disrespect to this. I have a huge respect to the game, to the players, to the momentum. That was not a disrespect. I don't know why you create this. Why he so I explained him that, and he accepted it. That's not a disrespect. They were about to pressure. It was 9 points, 46 seconds to go. Everything can happen. My eyes, they have witnessed a lot of, you know, ups and downs. So I wanted to prepare my team to have the next step, which is against the pressing. And that was a great momentum. Why we have to tell about that now? I didn't attack, but you see, you cannot tell him that, how much I respect each and everything. So, but above everything, I respect our team. I respect our work. That's not a disrespect. It was not 20 points up, and I took time out to. I never did that in my career. Will never do that. You say you're in many press conferences. Probably you follow me in the EuroLeague gyms, in the national team. When I disrespect somebody, never. Maybe that's a disrespect. Somebody to ask on behalf of somebody else a question about disrespect. Wow. I'm very disappointed with that.
I'll ask my third question, and then I'll give it to whoever wants. I know you probably don't want to talk about Valencia because it's so far away, but we heard their coach saying that they're favorites, that you guys are favorites for that game.
Pedro said that?
Pedro said that.
Well, probably he's trying to take away the pressure. How come this can be justified when Valencia has the best record? They've been killing everybody over 100 points. They score every night. They're great in ACB. They're great in Eurocup, and we're the favorites. They're the favorites as well because of their game, because of their unity. This team, recently they have sent me today one message that it shows the 50 most successful clubs in Europe. And Valencia is over there where is Panathinaikos with this, you count the presence on the Final Fours, winning Euro Cups, winning Courage Cups before, you know. And this team has 9 players that they have played in EuroLeague, Valencia. Not only that, they're the same team with the same coaching staff. That means chemistry. That means a lot. And this is not a magic. This is the recipe to win. You need to be together more and long terms in order to get to used to each other, learn each other. Like then you need just an eye contact, and then I throw you the ball, you know that you're going to be over there. We don't need to be vocal. But this, in order to be earned on the court, you need to pass time. You need to get punches, you need to get losses, you need to grab some wins like this one, and get to learn each other. So Valencia is justified the favorite, but that doesn't mean we're not going to go over there to fight. No, it's too early. You put me in this situation, talk about Valencia. I don't know what my team is going to be. Is Yamadar is going to be ready? Is Fargus Foster is going to be ready? So we're talking about something that, you know, Valencia is healthy. They're everybody over there, and we have problems. But okay, I understand Pedro. He wants to probably relax his players. That's all right. He's a good friend of mine.
Coach, congratulations on the win. You mentioned Varuz before, and Ish Wainwright is an example for a player that wasn't listed to some of the games because you can't list as many foreigners.
Yes.
He had an excellent game tonight, and he also started the last Euro Cup game. How do you see him handling the situation? Ish. Handling.
Well, that's a good question because I'm listening keen to, like, that's a topic we need to open with all the respect to all the players, especially the local players. I think it's discriminations are for weak people. You don't discriminate somebody. You don't put him in a situation that you have to play because you hold the passport of this country. And I'm saying in general, not here only, of that country. And then you play because of that. And then that's not it. For instance, Valencia that we play in the semifinals, they can use all the players. We have had Juventud that they can use 11 foreigners, 9 foreigners, whatever they want. That doesn't mean they're going to play all, but they can, you know. So coaches, they have this privilege to use whatever they want. Watch now the rules in EuroLeague. What is the rule in EuroLeague and Euro Cup? Do you have any limitations? Why? Is anybody wondering why? Is it EuroLeague the best competition so far in Europe? Do we all agree? So can somebody make a topic, but really seriously? Why this is like that? Why EuroLeague is the best? One of the facts is this. Now, I have 3 games over here. I need to rotate the team, but that doesn't mean I'm going to have the same chemistry. I bring one foreigner, like Bingham wasn't a good flow, am I right? So maybe I could now next take out Motley or take out, and then I rotate, and we're never going to catch this what we want, a real unity. And I think that the 5 is something that we have worked, having the experience of working also in VTB and also working in Turkey with the different rules. You know, I left and we talk a lot with the federation. You see, Turkey now, they have 7 foreigners. They can dress. You can dress like 3 if you want, but you're not limited to 5. You can dress 3 if you want and dress the other 4. So it's the players, when they get on the court, they need to compete. And this is how they grow as individuals. I many times, in answering to your question, I bring up as an answer the example of Spain, because a lot of federations will say, you know, like we limited the time of local players, the national team. Well, that's a crap. I'm sorry. Spain has a lot of players playing foreigners, like which Barcelona, how many? Which Real Madrid? What's this? So, and they're in all categories: youth, under 20, women, men. They're always in medals. So that's not a problem. Because together with a good foreigner or a player that comes from another country, it doesn't matter, it doesn't hold the passport of the local city, will compete with the Israeli and will make him better. And if he prevails, he plays more minutes. I came over here to coach players, not nationalities. And I'm coaching players. despite if they have their contract is this or that. They making contracts. Here is our boss. Thank to him, we have this, what we have. But that doesn't mean because he has this amount of money, he has to play also the biggest. We expect when you sign somebody, you sign him based on what? Based on his achievements before. You wish that he will have the same or even better achievements with you. So there are two ways of signings. You sign a young player, a prospect, you give him less money because you expect that he will flourish, or you signed already an affirmated player that he says my salary is there. Am I right? Based to what he won, stats, and everything. But that doesn't mean if he doesn't justify the moment that he comes over here, that doesn't mean he's going to play on the contract. He's not going to sit on his contract. And I prove it that. I can play the player that gives us the momentum and what my guts and experience says, and who can also play with another players is also important if the duo works. I hope that you will address this with a huge respect towards to any league that I have worked, to the local players and local standards. That's not about that. You know, I have a huge respect and to each and everyone who bounces the ball, who comes over here and defends the colors of Hapoel Tel Aviv.
Coach, I'm taking the liberty to ask you a question.
Go ahead. As a boss or as a journalist?
Like a journalist, I'm considering a change of my career. Yes. You said that what you said about Valencia being able to play all foreigners, which means they have a better chemistry, and we are not able to do it. So I guess I have two questions. The first one is, what practical change would you make to Israeli league in order to make it better? And the second question is, to what extent are you using the game today and the games we still have, in a way to prepare for Valencia?
Very good questions, actually, guys. He might take your job. Very, very smart. Now to the first one. Unfortunately, I'm not one of those that takes decisions, but definitely there are things being changed to the leagues I have worked. And as I said, while I was in Turkey, we had the 6-6 rule. Then it became 5-7 rule, and now it's back to 7-5 rule. Which, because they understood that, let's say, like teams like Fenerbahce or Fes, they compete also to the highest level. They want that chemistry out there, and also it makes sense for the teams that they want to compete from them and below. That when they have 7 foreigners, the competition on the local league is not the same. You know, as I said, it brings up also the level of the local players because they compete with the best, so they have to compete. So what I will do is sit everybody, you, the owners, and especially the 3 teams that they compete. And now we have also Ramat Gan, we might have also Holon, we might have like more than 3 teams that they compete in Europe. So they would love to have this kind of, let's say, addition to the foreigners, to go, I don't know, to 7-5 or to 6-6 or something, in order to have let's say, the hands of the coach will be more released in terms of what to use. Because sometimes you use a player just because he has a passport. That's not the right way. So I believe on synergy, as I believe the synergy needed on the court for our players. I believe on the synergy of the coaching staff. I believe the synergy between the management and the coaching staff. I believe in the synergy between the medical staff and the players. I believe in general that this basketball game is so excited because it's about synergy. So the same should have happened over there to the federation. A synergy between the owners put down on the table, we can find a solution, as every league had found solution. Because we're moving toward there to be more excited games in EuroLeague. That's why I brought the EuroLeague, why the EuroLeague is the best. There is no discrimination. You can have a Greek team with 10 Israeli players, with 10 Americans, or 10 Greeks. It doesn't matter. They never put discrimination. It's a basketball. It's an open market. I consider Hapoel Tel Aviv as my home. You know that. I don't have an Israeli passport. I love my team. I love you. I love what I'm doing. But I don't have any. You don't have any discrimination to put like a Greek coach or Israeli. They're a great Israeli coach as well. So I don't believe in discrimination in life in general. I go out there and I swim. If I know to swim, I'm going to survive. If not, then I'm going to drown. In regards of the second question, which is tricky, but to the point, there is. I will be sincere. We don't mention the Valencia to the players, but we want to apply something through the league games and to pass to the players for the game to come, because we're not going to have that much time after the last game we play over here against Herzliya on the road to prepare the game against Valencia. But again, we cannot use all the roster the way we wanted to. But we will pass the messages, and because the players, we have a healthy locker room, and the healthy locker room is important. When the healthy locker room is ready to accept criticism, you know, sometimes I gotta be the one that motivates the team, but sometimes I gotta be easy. Just show the picture and say, okay, you choose. Tomorrow 3 hours video, or we have normal tomorrow. And then they go outside and they're motivated. So yeah, we use the games also for. I thought that you want a question. Thank you. Interesting.
Thank you guys.